Alexander 2019. Okay, let's start with d4. Oh, we'll get a Queen's Gambit. Classical Queen's Gambit declined. Okay, knight c3 is the main move. Knight f3 is playable too. Then, yeah, now I can play knight f3 here. It's interesting. It's kind of a new style way of playing. Let's go with e3. Defending this pawn, so I don't have to worry about him taking it. And the bishop is good here anyway. And I'm going to get castled. And drop back. Now, I wonder if I should go directly here or here and here. Let's go directly here. And he can put pressure on this knight, so I have to be a little careful about pushing the e-pawn forward. I want to play e4 and then e5 if allowed, but he can kick the knight and then the e4 pawn would be under defended. But with the rook here on e1, I should be able to play this, even if the knight has to move. The bishop and the rook will be defending that pawn. Yeah, so he goes there. Very exciting way to play. I'm going to push. If he takes, I take. If he pushes, the bishop drops back. If he takes, I take the pawn or the knight. See, I go here. I push forward. He takes the pawn. I take the knight. He takes the knight. I take the bishop. He takes over here. I take back. Yeah, I can take his knight if he takes the pawn. So I think he's got to move that knight. And we're almost set up for a for an attack, a sacrifice on h7, but he's got the g5 square covered. Okay, if I take, he will take back. And then I can take the c-pawn, and he will take back, and he'll be left with this isolated d-pawn. But well defended by his bishop. If I don't take, he's probably just going to take here, and that will leave me with this isolated pawn. So let's take first. He has to take back because otherwise I'm taking on e7 with check. Yes, took back with the bishop. Okay, he's just deciding which way to take back. I was expecting him to take back with the pawn. Do I want to take there? I think so. Yeah, and then just drop my bishop back. So we kept control over the g4 square with his queen and his bishop. So there was never a chance for this h7 sacrifice, although it's still in the air if he were to move his bishop away. If he had taken here with his bishop, for example. So what now? I could kick his knight back. Well, we'll see what he does, of course. Okay, he wants to get rid of my advanced pawn here. Yeah, maybe that has a hampering effect on his position. So he's going to take with the rook and open up this file. Or is he going to take with the bishop? I guess he'll take with the bishop. Because otherwise, I will play bishop to g5 here. Trade off his dark squared bishop. So I think maybe that was a little bit of a mistake. But he's looking forward to taking my knight, isn't he? That's his plan. Okay, let's move the knight first. Bishop takes knight was a little uncomfortable there. It hits my queen, and I can't take back with the queen. I didn't want to take with the pawn, so it's a more forcing move than bishop to g5. So I really didn't have time to play that. Interesting play. Yeah, I really expect him to take back with the bishop and go for pressure on this diagonal, which could be a little bit uncomfortable. Now I still have this move b4 when I want it. Oh, so this is inviting the skewer here, or the pin. And it's funny because I was thinking about that bishop g5 move anyway, and he just made it more inviting. This is interesting. He can play rook to g6 now. The knight was covering the g6 square before. And if I take his queen, he's not doing that. Okay, let's take his rook. Defending my rook. Then here, so I have the check. And what does he play? Moves the king. He can't block. And then rook here looks pretty dangerous. Stops him from playing rook g8. Ah, that's a nice move. Stops me from attacking on h7 by blocking the bishop. So I have this check. He can just block there. Can line up like this. Force him to defend h7. And I have this check. Can defend with rook a2 or queen to the rook a7 or queen to the 7th rank there. Those are the defenses I see. He does it with the rook. Okay, so I have this check. And the king has to come out. Then the rook can come over with check. And the king is mated, right? Check. Or if he blocks the check with the rook, then the rook here attacks the pinned piece. Yeah, that's not so clear because he could defend it with the queen. He does go there. So I have check here. I don't have check there. So I have rook here. See where his queen goes, and then we'll decide what to do next. I also wanted to block because he was once again coordinating on my g2 square. Yeah, he went there. So I thought he had to go to somewhere like d7 because this check is now fatal, right? e7. He needed to go to e7 to keep control of that square. Maybe he didn't want to allow the trades. Anyway, nice little tactics thing there. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you later. Bye.